So this happened the other day. Well, this was published 17 hours ago, as you can see. And it came up on my feed earlier because I follow the Swindon Advertiser on Facebook because, of course, it's our local paper. So to find out what's going on in the local area, you've got to know. And man, it put me in a foul mood this afternoon. It just all day. I got home, I was in a foul mood. My wife's like, oh, what's wrong? It's like, well, nothing's wrong, like, for us. But this happened in my town. And I hate everything about it. I hate what has happened here, right? So, as you can see from the headline, boy hospitalized after attacked by a gang of school children. So, just this random mob of youths that attack in packs decided to beat this kid unconscious and hospitalize him for no reason. They were older than him. He's about 13. They are apparently about 14, 15, 16, something like that. And they just decided one day that we're going to just beat this kid unconscious. And this screenshot is from a video that they took of it while they were doing it and sent to him to mock him. That's psychotic, isn't it? I mean, that's genuinely psychotic. Like, what kind of monsters are being created in my town? Like, what do these boys' parents have to say about this? Aren't they deeply ashamed of themselves for raising such psychos? People who are genuine sadists, right, who are delighting in the pleasure of beating this poor younger kid on his own unconscious. Like, aren't they ashamed of themselves? Because they bloody well should be. Just, this is insane, right? We'll go through this. It's just, this is the third time I've had to record this video because previous attempts at recording this video, I've lost my cool, shall we say. And I'm going to try and keep my cool now, but this is just, it is genuinely mad that this is a real thing that's happened in my town. Again, nothing used to happen in Swindon, right? I mean, like in England, this sort of stuff just didn't happen in England. So, I mean, what you would get, obviously you'd fight when you're in school, but it would be someone who you had a reason to fight for a start. And it'd be that guy, right? It wouldn't be dozens of them. And sometimes maybe it'd be a couple of your mates versus a couple of their mates or something, but it wouldn't be this kind of disgusting pack mentality. It wouldn't be anything like that. And once the guy's on the floor, then the fight is over and you have won. So it's like, this is just something completely alien that we're having inflicted on our kids, basically. Anyway, the child's mum, who asked that her family remain anonymous, so I'm guessing that they're English, and I'm guessing that the people who victimised this kid aren't English. So they're going to be, I think, the second generation immigrants of first generation immigrants. So interesting. Like I said, she says she's furious that the police are not taking further action after videos of the ordeal were then sent to her son on Snapchat. So this gang filmed themselves beating him unconscious for no reason. They didn't know him. And or maybe they did know him, but he had done nothing to provoke them. And so they sent him the video to mock him, to laugh in his face. And the police have looked at this and go, yeah, well, there's no crime here. How is this not a crime? Like, is not one of them beating him? Maybe one of them having a fight with him. Okay, fair enough. I can understand there's not a crime. But how can 9 of them jumping on him and knocking him unconscious, hospitalizing him, and then sending him the video to harass him afterwards? How can that not be a crime? Like, there's got to be a criminal act in here somewhere, right? And if not, don't you think we might need a law that prevents gangs of youths from curb stomping just some random kid? Do you think we might need a law that prevents this from happening? The thing is, I know that there's going to be a bunch of laws on the books that prevent this. And so how can the police look at this and go, yeah, no crime here? Well, I think actually it's because there is obviously an ethnic dimension to this. I think what the police are worried about is a political scene being made out of this. I think they're worried that this becomes a massive political issue and they just like, well, you know what? We just don't want that kind of hassle. So we're going to pass this hot potato on to the next person to have to deal with, because then it's not our problem, right? That's what this is. Again, how the police are not taking any further action. You haven't taken any action at all. So, speaking to the Adver, the mother says that she believes the group of teenagers who are older than her son were waiting for a planned fight after school with a fellow pupil, but when that didn't happen, they targeted her son. So what, was the fellow pupil like, yeah, I'll fight all 9 of you? Yeah, no, probably not. I get the feeling that they were probably, like going to ambush him or something. Like, it would have been the other kid in this position. Because it's not like these are honourable people, right? Like, this is not the kind of people that are being raised in St. Joseph's Catholic College, apparently. Dishonourable mobs, apparently, is what they raise in there. I mean, that's a pretty bad bloody advertisement for St. Joseph's Catholic College, isn't it? But, so, after this other kid apparently didn't turn up, wisely I'm guessing, they just decided to victimise her son for no reason. A younger boy was walking by, and they said, yeah, we're all just going to pummel him unconscious, put him in prison, in hospital. Like, what kind of maniacs are these? Like, what kind of genuine psychos are we dealing with here? Like, sorry, and then they're going to film it, laugh about it, and then send it to him as a way of mocking him. And the police are like, yeah, well, nothing we can do. Like, are you insane? How can it be that there's nothing that you're going to do about this? So this took place in October, so it was only a few months ago. The videos show the boy surrounded by a large group of people, all in school uniform, being attacked by several members, one of them attacking him with a belt. Why? Just what makes the people who did this so psychotic? And what punishments are they going to receive? Right? Because if they don't get punished for this, they're going to think, well, actually, we didn't really do anything wrong, did we? Actually, you don't mind if we do this to some poor kid. Like, for some reason, that's acceptable, is what they'll take away. They'll think of themselves as untouchable, and they'll think that their victims in some way deserve it, because the powers that be don't intervene to prevent it. And so once again, we look at the two-tier society that's being created, and we have to ask ourselves, well, was Mr. Powell correct about some people having the whip hand? Anyway, he's being pummeled and kicked by the pupils multiple times before lying motionless on the floor. So what, was he knocked out? Like, they could have killed him. There are at least 9 we can count in the video. I mean, there should be 9 people who should be arrested then. And if they're underage, then the parents should be held accountable, shouldn't they? He could only protect his face. He tasted blood in his mouth and felt like his teeth had fallen out. He didn't do anything wrong to these boys. He didn't say anything. He didn't start anything. It was a case of wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, I bet. Don't go near St. Joseph's Catholic College. There are dangerous lunatics there. And apparently the college is just like, yeah, well, these are what our students are like. It's just mad. I felt sick. I was shaking. He was really angry and upset, saying, my head, my head. So they were kicking him in the head when he was down, right? I mean, they could have killed him. They could have killed him. His lip was bleeding, he was bruised, and we decided to take him to hospital. They said he will have a headache for a few days. So what is he? He's a concussed? Does he have a concussion? Like, this, has he got a bleed on the brain? Like, who knows, right? It could have been so much worse. And I guess he's just lucky that this time it wasn't. But next time, and there probably will be a next time, because these kids haven't really been punished for this, have they? The police are like, yeah, well, what, you didn't do anything criminal. We can't get involved. We're going to pass this back to the school, which is what we'll get to in a second, is exactly what they've done. So the video has made me cry while watching it. Yeah, I bet. It's really shocking. The anxiety it's given me, I've barely slept. He doesn't want to go back to school because he doesn't know what will happen. He has to keep missing school just in case these boys take it upon themselves to jump him again. And why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? They found it funny to do this to him and then to mock him, to harass him with the video of them beating him afterwards. And so why wouldn't they do it twice? In an email sent to the pupil's mum, a police officer confirmed they will not be taking any further action against the youth involved. They said, I have discussed this report with my sergeant, who has made the decision that the school will be the most appropriate agency to deal with the assault, and the police investigation will not be investigated any further due to the age of the people involved in it taking place on school premises. Sorry, what? This is ridiculous, right? This is absolutely ridiculous. We had a chat about it and decided this was a political hot potato because of the ethnic dimension to the apparent non-crime. And so the appropriate agency to deal with the assault will be the school because it took place on school premises. Right, so if I murdered someone on the school, it's the school's job to punish me, is it? That's ridiculous, isn't it? The school, what can a school do? The school is not going to, like, arrest them and charge them and give them a criminal record and make sure that they have to bear some consequences for this? That's a bit outside of the school's power, don't you think? Like, it's actually preposterous that this was the answer that they gave the mum. So nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. They'd been in touch with the school. They had permanently excluded one pupil and temporarily suspended all involved in the incident. Right, so the best they could do is suspend one kid and then give the rest a week off. It's not exactly going to feel like a punishment, is it? This is disgusting. Obviously, the school has to expel all of these kids, obviously, but they need criminal records from this. This is something that surely, and again, I just can't believe the police are like, yeah, I got nothing to say about this. No crime. No reason for them to have a criminal record after this. Are you insane? Like, are you insane? Who has ever done something like this? They also added, they've been in touch with the school. They are now back in school and continue to work closely with the safeguarding team. Oh, well, I mean, if the safeguarding team are on the case, then I'm sure that they won't do anything psychotic in the future, because they got a nice week off school so they could sit around at home and play on their bloody Xboxes while this poor kid was recovering in hospital. Like, this is mad. This is genuinely mad. And unsurprisingly, the mum's like, I'm lost for words. I'm completely shocked. No wonder kids are escalating their behaviour and going out with weapons if they think they can get away with it. Well, I mean, no wonder they go out with weapons, because if this is the sort of thing that can legally happen to you, according to the cops, then you've got to defend yourself in some way, don't you? Like, what are we doing? This is mental. This is absolutely mental. We used to have youth offender institutions that if someone under 16 committed a violent act, they'd get sent to, like a sort of youth prison, basically. I think it's called Borstal. But this is the sort of thing that these people need to suffer the consequences of, right? Like, we can't allow this to just go unpunished. And yet here we are, with them going, well, they had a week off school and now they're working closely with the safeguarding team, so don't worry, everything's fine. There's no crime here. I just feel like if they don't do something at this stage, what stage is it? Do they wait until someone is stabbed and then these boys are held accountable for what they're doing? Or will they even be held accountable then? But yes, this is the correct question from the mother. This is just mad. This kind of ultra-violence has to be arrested as soon as it happens, or it will continue to escalate, because the people involved, not only will they get a taste for it, they find it funny and they get away with it, so they think they can go further next time. And there shouldn't be a next time, but there's going to be. And this is what we're allowing to gestate in this country. We are allowing this with our weakness and permissiveness. I mean, like I said, I'm in favour of bringing back corporal punishment. Like, I think these kids should be given actual physical punishment for this, and at the very least, they should all be suspended from expelled from the school, and they should be put in some young offenders institution. Like, this is completely unacceptable. Right? They should be aware on no uncertain terms it's completely unacceptable, but instead they get a week off school, and the police are like, yeah, well, no crime. We've decided there's no crime here. The Adver followed this up, and apparently they've confirmed they are working with the school to continue their inquiries and appealing for anyone with information to contact them. You know exactly who these people were. What more information do you need? These children, these teenagers, jumped on some kid, filmed it, mocked him, beat him unconscious. What more information could you possibly need? And the answer is none, right? The answer is none. You know exactly what's happened here. The point is, you're like, yeah, well, you know what? This is a hot potato. It's going to be political because it's going to involve identities, and I don't really want to get involved in that. And so, you know what? It's the St. Joseph College problem. That's not our problem. And so it's just absolutely disgusting. Honestly, I feel so bad for this kid and his mum and the rest of the family, right? But they need to be aware that this is the country in which they live. Unfortunately, you learn this firsthand in a way that is just uncompromising. But on the plus side, it could have been worse. At least now you know what to expect. Now you know the kind of people that you are surrounded by. And now you know what the institutions will do in response when these people do this kind of thing. So just be aware. Be aware that the institutions are not on your side. These people are not on your side. I hate this so much.